Hey, what's going on YouTube? Joe here from Metafish. I apologize for my raspy voice and if I cough during this video. I'm just getting over being really sick. Pretty sure it was COVID. But yeah, I really wanted to record you guys a video. Quite a bit has changed in the fish room. We just got done with the Michigan Tropical Fish Swap a couple weeks ago. Cleared out some fish. Had a couple people come over for some liquidation of some cichlids that we don't want to feed or keep or breed anymore. You know, it's just kind of our preference. We're really into angelfish and rainbowfish right now. So yeah, let's get right into it. And this is what's going on in the fish room. So the fish basement, I should say. It's actually 3 fish rooms. If you haven't been here before, please like, comment, subscribe. It really does help our channel, and we want to grow this into more than just a fish room tour channel. You know, we've done quite a bit in the past, so take a look through our videos. Did a big water change on this tank. This is basically just muck guppies, a lot of baby ones, and Geophagus steindachnerii there. I threw him in here, you know, if he wants to munch a few of the guppies, which I don't really even think he does, but you know, they're just such a peaceful fish that gets along with angelfish and so many other types of fish. One of my favorites, and we got some new Geophagus, so stay tuned till the end. I'm probably going to get to those in the last room, the very last tank, honestly. So down here, this tank's doing amazing. They're not really going to show themselves right now, but, well, maybe they will a little bit. There's all kinds of baby white labs down here in the rocks. There's one down there, but I haven't been pulling the one female. There's only one female in here, and she is the best mama fish that I've ever had. There's like 3 males, 1 female, and there's also Pundamilla macrocephala down there from Lake Victoria. Excuse me. And I thinned out the angelfish a little bit. There's a few less in here. These are koi angelfish. This one's really nice. I can't believe the last lady who came here didn't pick him up, because he's almost solid reddish orange. I mean, he's a deep red bodied angelfish. And I tried to, you know, whenever customers come over here, I try to point out the ones that I think are really cool, and they don't always think the same ones are really cool. So, and that's fine. I mean, I'll sell you any fish you want. And the multis are doing awesome. We took 3 bags and sold all 3 bags at the last swap. But you can see how they reproduce here. It takes them a very long time. But here, let me zoom in. There's little babies all over. They're such great parents. And I never have to scoop a dead body out of this 40-gallon tank. These are all Neo Lamprologus multifasciatus. The shell dwellers from Lake Tanganyika. Just an amazing fish. So we take lots of them every time we go to, you know, if anybody has any interest, they should be keeping those instead of a lot of the store-bought fish, in my honest opinion. So we try to do that. There's just Plecos in this tank. We sold the guy out of this tank. We sold a bunch of these Atropinus goodeids, but there's still quite a few in here. I sold most of the adults. The black-tailed goodeid, kind of a cool fish. This is a 15-gallon down here, and then right up here there's just another 10-gallon. These are kind of mixed guppies. There's purples, purple IFGA spotted guppies, and they kind of crossbred with blue Moscows, which is making a really nice guppy down there. These are our last Neochromis, not Neochromis, Neolamprologus cygnus. It's a pretty rare fish in the hobby. It's like a Burchardi cichlid. These just got a huge water change. These are our black bar endlers. Spunky as always, so we always take a couple bags of those. We got rid of quite a few of the main Victorian like tanks. This one still has blue dragon bloods in it. There's just a handful of fish in here. These are bronze swordtails. So I haven't really shown these off in other videos. They're a really nice wild caught swordtail. and there's a few angelfish living in there with them. In my experience, angelfish and swordtails have done really well. I had one customer come over lately who I sold angelfish and swordtails to, and she said that the angelfish killed the swordtails, which is unfortunate, but I've never had that issue, especially with the size that I sold her. I mean, it can happen, but normally it works out fine for us. So these guys are black, or these are blue Pinoy angelfish. You can see they have some calico colors in them. That's our normal line. And these are the veil tail line that I have in this 10 gallon here. Let me see if it'll zoom in on them. Probably not. They're still pretty small, but I moved them in there because in this tank, hopefully the camera will zoom in, there's only 5 that I was able to save, but they're just wigglers right now. It might be 6 that look like they're gonna make it. I need to get them some micro worms, so I just redid my micro worms this morning. It's an ongoing battle. Micro worms I keep on the shelf over there. I do the Rice Krispie treats to refresh the batch. Nothing's really changed here. I'm still doing my brine shrimp. This is my brine shrimp hatchery. Look back in past videos if you want to see how I made that and everything this entails. Ask me any questions you want. Snakeskin orchid endlers here. I got all the white labs out of here. The white labs now have their own home because they were picking on the orchid endler babies. And these are my Amica splendens. They're going nuts in here. I'm always taking lots of Amica splendens, which are an amazing goodied. If anybody was going to get a goodied for the first time, I highly recommend the Amica splendens. I sold all the Venustus out of this barrel. Those went to a guy. I still have Pundamilla macrocephala down here. I have hybrid dragon bloods in this barrel. And I think hybrid dragon bloods in this barrel. We feed it, there's fish in it. We'll find out, I guess. These are the blue gold guppies. There's some of them in here. Kind of nice. I just have a pregnant female in here. Ooh, she doesn't look as fat as... Oh, maybe she didn't give birth yet. Any day now, she's going to give birth. These are going to be some of the babies. This is what I did last time. These are the albino galaxy guppies. So I'm still trying to make more albino galaxy guppies. Here are some of those. And their tails are a little tattered because there's a lot of males, adult males in there fighting over females. If you have the males separated, their tails just look amazing. No tatters or anything. Those are from nips. So I have a couple tanks of those. I'm trying to get the reds more pronounced in my red endlers. I mean, they're pretty nice. I keep pulling out a few that don't look pure red. I would say they breed 80% true for these pure red endler strain. It's a really nice strain. I'm really enjoying it. And I gotta sell some more of these. I sold a couple bags at the last swap. These are the blue orchid endlers. You can see they're doing pretty nice. I mean, they're doing as nice as they can in a 5-gallon tank, I would say. I just have to move some of them on so that more of the babies have room to grow. That's the most I can do. These are the Poecilla obscura from Lake Trinidad, which are like an endler, but they are a different species from Lake Trinidad. They can be really pretty as well. There's a few decent males in there. These are muck guppies. We actually had an issue with one of these cheese ball containers just last night. The container kind of crashed and killed a few of the fish. I could tell there was there was some ammonia in the tank, so I moved them over here to this 5-gallon just yesterday. So that happens when you're dealing with smaller tanks of water. If you're dealing with anything less than 5 gallons, it gets kind of tricky, and you really have to pay attention to it. This tank's never been quite right. These are blue Moscow guppies. but there's only like a couple of them in there. These are really nice. These are Stoller Endlers. So I started with only a trio of these that I got at the swap, and they have that double spot on them. That's the main thing you're looking for. You want two big equal spots from the research I've done. If anybody knows more about these Stoller Endlers, but the trio that I received was supposed to be quality, show quality grade, and they've reproduced like crazy. There's one of the original females there. They reproduced only like 3 fry the first time, and they must have recently had another big batch, so that's another Endler to add to our group. We love Endlers here. And right here there's another pregnant albino galaxy female in here. I don't know where she's hiding right now. She might be down behind that filter actually giving birth. You never know. This was the tank we had crash. Yeah, it doesn't happen very often, but if you have one fish die in the tank, that's usually all it takes in a 2 or 3 gallon tank to kind of flood up the water and kind of start a chain reaction. So we caught it early. We didn't lose that many fish, so it's just part of the business, I guess. Use bigger tanks if you don't want to deal with that, which we're trying to do. These are our yellowtail swordtails, doing amazing down here. They actually look pretty nice today. And they're so nice on their fry. I've never had a swordtail that's this easy on their fry. I mean, you can see all the fry down there. So they get baby brine shrimp every single day. Voila! I cleaned out this entire tank other than the 2 Plecos that are living in here. Somebody wanted 200 cichlids to start I think it's a 200 gallon tank, he told me. So he got all these cichlids. He got a bunch of other cichlids, which just makes me happy because I want the 3 tanks up here to be all different types of angelfish. So it makes room for me. That makes me happy. Blue dolphins down here, they've been getting water changes. They're happy just like they normally are. These are the Dimidiochromis strigatus. These guys are getting big, starting to show some color. You know, I might even move a few of these to a bigger tank just because I want to see them at 10 inches and see how pretty they are, because it's hard to beat a Dimidiochromis strigatus in full color. It really is. These are my sunshine bangas, not a great light over the tank. Actually, all these cichlid tanks are just covered with frog bit. Just grab a little scoop of it here, a little piece of it. But this frog bit plant doesn't really show up that good. It's like duckweed, except they won't eat it. Duckweed, the cichlids will eat. Frog bit, they won't. So it sucks a lot of the nutrients out, and it's been really great. Like this tank's packed full of the frog bit. This tank's packed full of frog bit. This tank, which used to have cichlids in it, is packed full of frog bit. So you can really increase your bio load and decrease the amount of water changes you do. You can see how healthy and fat and happy these fish are. Some really nice males in here too. The light's not doing them justice, but those are really nice sunshine banga peacocks. And this tank's the only one out of the batch that hasn't gotten a water change, and I'll be honest, in the last month. They need it though, but they're still happy and healthy, and with that frog bit going and 3 box filters, everything's good. These are Tropheus red cachis, blue golds, couple. There is 2 males down there. These are the red cachis adults. Why don't we feed those? Because I'm home alone for the first time in a few weeks. So I should be partying right now. Instead, I'm recording a YouTube video, but I'm feeling the best that I have all week. Ooh, how can I hold this and feed the fish at the same time? That is the trick. Maybe like this. I gotta free up a hand here. But this is the best I've felt. I gotta get a better situation here. Here, like this. I'll feed with my left hand now that I got that lid open. In over a week, this COVID's been really rough. I'm actually feeling pretty good. But those are my red Cachis tropheus. There's a bunch of babies in here too. I'm gonna feed brine. You can see the babies darting around the rocks. Here comes a little baby. But that's, you know, once they have a nice colony of babies going on in here, I'll tear the tank apart and pull all the babies out, and that's how I got the last 3 batches of babies, and I don't sell too many of them. I'm sorry, these aren't the red Cachis, these are the Chipimbis. See, I'm sick. I don't know what I'm saying. So if I say anything wrong, call me out in the comments. I appreciate any comment. I'm no expert here. I've been at this 4 or 5 years now, though, and I enjoy it more and more every year that really goes on. I enjoy the fish that I get excited about, like these guys. I love these tropheus. These are my Duboisii Maswas. There's a bunch of babies in here too. They have like 7 or 8 filters. And yeah, so I got breeder boxes all around 180 still, except they're not all full, which is awesome. I got my first 2 babies of the Alvarezi fry. And the Alvarezi are a wild type swordtail, and I think they're the prettiest wild type swordtail I've ever seen in my life. Let me know what you think down below. Those are the Alvarezi. So these guys aren't as nice on their fry as the yellowtail swordtails. So when I seen they had a couple babies in there, I scooped them out right away. I got everything out of the breeder boxes up there. I've been doing a few different water changes. These are the last of the Christmas Fulus that I have. I've been selling a few of these actually, which is just a mixed guppy. I mean, look at that, that's an Endler right there. These 2 Endlers are breeding with these guppies, and they're coming out with some beautiful tail guppies. I call them clown puke guppies, but they have like every color in the rainbow. So this tank's just got a huge change, and I sold a few of the males out of here, so it's pretty sparse right now. These are snakeskin orchid Endlers, or no, these are tiger Endlers. One of my favorites, one of our top line, you know, best seller over time. I got 2 tanks of those going on, lots of Java moss. I got blue Moscow guppies here, Santa Maria Endlers here. Really nice Santa Marias actually. So like I say every video, if you're looking for Santa Marias, I am the cheapest in town. I sell them for a fraction of what other people sell them for. These are mixed guppies. They used to be a strain that I was working on. And these are more Santa Marias. That's why I sell them so cheap. It's because they're doing so well for me. And a lot of these need to be pulled out. I wouldn't ship you like this guy. I'd only ship you the best ones. These ones are starting to look a little too green in the tail for me. I don't like it when they start looking green. I like them to be pure black. This tank's a lot better. This is what I would ship out of first. Pure black up top, pure red on the bottom. And some of them actually have like the long-tailed gene, which is kind of nice. What else we got? Plecos are doing alright. There's a few swordtails that jumped in there. I think there's even a couple tropheus that jumped into this 180 gallon. These guys are pretty nice. These are my these are the Z-Rock lithobates crossed with one of my Apache peacocks. Some of the males are pretty good here. They're kind of like a Z-Rock, but they have more of an orange in the dorsal fin. Kind of unique. This guy is kind of nice. I like that they have that longer body shape though. It kind of distinguishes them from your other peacocks. These are just more yellowtail swordtail babies. These are more blue golds. The lights aren't on here, unfortunately. These are still my Red Empress hybrids. A couple nice males in here, just starting to get some color. These are Hippo Point salmon from Lake Victoria. These, I wish I had the lights on. These are my Super Red Pineapple Swords, which apparently got beat up from that one lady. I feel bad about it, but they're really good size and they're really pretty swordtail. They're really rough on their fry also. There's a couple Geophagus in there. These are, I'm not going to be able to remember the name right now. There's only 4 of them in there. I'm trying to breed them. They're another type of hap. These are my Taiwan Reefs. Still not breeding for me. The male's for sale if anybody wants him. He's a really nice male. Because you're not making me any babies, man. You are pretty though. These guys bred for me for the very first time, and this tank is not going to do them justice. They're the blue Pinoys, especially without any lights on. They're the veil-tailed blue Pinoys, and they paired off and finally gave me my first batch of babies, which is what you saw in that other tank. Oh, these are the Chilo Tilapia Uchillis right there. I think there's 4 or 5 of them in there. And these are the, I forget, is it Chilo Tilapia Guntheri? It's Guntheri. They're a very unique cichlid from one of the satellite lakes in Africa. Really pretty fish. They obviously don't like me at the moment. And these guys aren't going to look as good as they could, but these are my Super Red Empress. Future breeding group, I'm going to have a couple extra males here. And they've already been holding a couple times. The males are just gorgeous though. If you guys are into cichlids, that's one of my favorites right there, is the Red Empress. If you have a all-male cichlid tank, if that's your thing, I highly suggest you try to get yourself a Red Empress. They're not overly aggressive. They're a medium-sized hap, which haps, in my opinion, turn this on real quick. This is my light system. Oh, can't show you those guys. Those are new. You know, the haps are less aggressive than the peacocks, in my honest opinion. Even though they might be rated about the same on the aggression scale, I have not found that to be the case. I think peacocks can be a little more aggressive for their size. This is about the same as it was before for anybody who's returning. Fish are getting a little bit bigger. They're getting more water changes. I got blue dolphins in here, along with some random peacocks. These are dragon bloods. I call them ice dragon bloods. Pretty nice. And then you got like a blue dragon blood, somebody would call that, but I'd call it like a red shoulder. It's a hybrid. It's what a lot of these fish are that really look nice and different. It's part of the hobby. These are all Apache peacocks. They're a little crowded. I need to move some of them to another tank, but some of them are getting some decent color. None of them look amazing at the moment. They're all about 2.5 inches. They're starting to get there though. These guys got a little bit of an upgrade, and I noticed this guy's got a growth on his mouth. I was hoping they would breed for me because these are my veil-tail koi angelfish. My other angels, my other koi, are not veils. These ones came from New York City. I paid big money to get them here, and I think they've been fighting. I think that little one's kind of a jerk. I was hoping they paired off, but I think he's just a jerk, and he chased all of these ones out of his tank. So some of these are veils, not all. He didn't chase all of them, but I'm trying to breed some of the veils with my normal fin ones. Not a whole lot to see. There's a few normal koi, marbled angelfish here, Pleco. I cleared out this tank, so I'm gonna have some room down here. All that's left in here are my Omniceruleus, Neochromis Omniceruleus, which are really pretty fish. They're a little freaked out because I just turned the light on. Let's see if I can't get one on film though. They're not gonna look that good right now, but they're a really nice white calico fish. These are my old school with the glare blue Eastern Happies. My one male with all of his females in here. So he kind of rules the roost, and she's holding, looks like, yeah. But I don't really need any more of those fish. Blue dolphins here. So this is one of the Philippine blue angelfish that I got at the last swap. Huge shout out. Greatly appreciate the lady who gave these to me. This is one of the females that didn't lay eggs the first time, so I put her in here with some blue pinoys. My veil-tail blue pinoys, actually. My wide-fin blue pinoy over here. So I'm hoping that she likes one of these males, and then we can see what comes from those angelfish. I got some VC10s down here. I got some Fire Ugandas. They're going to be skittish probably. But a nice group of Fire Ugandas here. That's a Lake Victorian cichlid. They just got their own 20-gallon a couple days ago. Hopefully they're enjoying it. It seems like they are. They're not too skittish. And Rainbowfish. I got my dwarf neons here. I got my Goldie Eye Cry here, which I might put in with the new Geophagus. Even though they're doing really good, they need more than a 20-gallon. They're starting to get pretty sizable. Why don't we just go straight across? These are my yellow calvus babies. Starting to get some pretty good size to them. This is the yellow calvus adults. There's 3 of them in there. I'm hoping maybe they'll give me another batch, but this was a really sizable batch, so that's going to be fun to raise those guys up. These are blue Moscows in here with some red bristlenose that aren't breeding for me. I need to move them somewhere with less action, I think. Or maybe they are breeding for me and the babies just aren't making it. I don't know what's going on. Got some more angelfish up here. We'll just go straight across the top. These are all 20-gallon longs, sideways. And these are more blue Moscows. I'm trying to increase my quantity of blue Moscows right now. It's not really zooming in very well. Shout out to Mac McLaughlin. Coming over here, cleaning out a few of my tanks, really helping me out. Glass Cube Aquatics, I'm going to post a link to his channel down below. If you're looking for good fish, check out Mac. He's good stuff. He ships more than me throughout the summer, and he has a lot of the cichlids that I used to have. He'll get them to you where I didn't even have time to post them. So I'll put a link in the description for Mac at Glass Cube Aquatics. Check them out. Highly recommended. These are more Hippo Point salmon. These are my Bosemani Rainbowfish. And then we'll go real quick across the bottom. These are 29-gallon tanks. These are red green or ruby green Lake Victorian cichlids. More blue dolphins down here. I think there's something else in there too. Those are more Chilotilapia uchillis. There's like 4 of them in there. More ruby greens in here. Sorry, this isn't very good video. These are zebra obliquidans. Longer these videos go, the less I can remember their names. And blue dolphins, of course, with their mouths open. And more blue dolphins over there. So dun 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 dun, these are the blue panois. Couldn't be happier with. That's the male right there. He's starting to eat again. When I first brought him into the fish room, he had 3 females here, these 2 plus the one over there, and they all just basically had a giant menage a trois on the box filter, and I think it overwhelmed the male. And his breeding tube has not gone down since that incident. And he only fertilized like 5 or 6 of the eggs. That's why I showed you those little babies over there. There wasn't very many that were actually fertilized. Most of them were infertile, but it's probably, you know, one of his first times. He's got to get used to the situation. These are some of my blue panoi. I wish I had a flashlight. They would look a lot better. They're so dark. With the right lighting, these fish would look really good. And I'm looking at this with my eyes right now. I don't see all the glare that you guys see, so it's one of those camera things. The lighting in this room just isn't very good for videos. These are some of the different little blue panoi babies, and then half of them are calico, and that's pretty common when you're breeding these specialty angelfish. People mix in like a gold or a calico to strengthen the gene, and that gives you about half and half when you breed them. So yeah, half of them are like gonna be pure blue panoi. They start looking more blue as they get older. But these blue panoi that are dark like this, my personal opinion, oh, they're cleaning their slate already. They're not as blue looking as these light Philippine blue zebras. At least I think they're blue zebras with those stripes on them like that. And the camera's not doing them justice, but if I was trying to take a online picture and make them real nice, I'd be able to get that. This is more Java moss, like half the tank's full of Java moss over here. So I guess the point of this video is, yes, we moved a lot of fish out of here, but I'm happier with what we have currently going on. And that's what really matters in the end for the hobby. Like right now, these 3 tanks are empty, plus I've been sick a whole week. It's been a lot easier for us to maintain what's going on down here with a few less tanks and less crowded tanks. All 4 of these empty at the moment. Got some yellow swordtails over here growing out. And we got some, these are going to be like black Moscows. There's been a couple of fry that have grown up in here already. I hand chose those. Down here, some white labs from Nakata Bay. And I really like that species because not very many people have it. So let's see how, this is horrible glare, I must warn you. These are my, thank you Deb, new Geophagus redhead tapajos. So there's 8 of them in here, and they're doing good. They don't like it when I'm down here, but when I feed them, I always feed them on this side of the tank. And if you come downstairs here, you know, you catch them off guard. They're all just acting like normal, eating on the bottom, sifting through the sand, but they're still getting used to us, so, you know, that's one thing with fish. Give it patience. Sometimes it takes 2 to 4 weeks. Sometimes it takes 3 months with a group of Tropheus before they're comfortable, before they're really comfortable. It just takes a long time sometimes. And that's what we got going on. So hopefully you like this video. I can't believe I haven't been coughing. Hopefully I keep feeling better. It feels good to be down here recording this video with you guys. And let me know what you got going on. And hopefully we'll get some more videos out here soon. Some fish swap videos, some cool stuff like that. I got some fish in the pond too. I'm not going to run upstairs and take care of those. I got to stop the brine shrimp right now and feed those. Got to get everybody fed. But love you guys. Take care. And stay safe. Stay healthy. Hopefully this recession isn't hurting anybody too bad yet. And don't drive too much. Gas prices are high. Alright, talk to you later.